and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Hello from Heaven, a message from the other side. So when I was doing the pre-shuffle, there was actually two cards that flipped up just side by side and flew out of the deck on their own. So I took that as it should be included in the reading right off the hop. So these two messages are from your loved one who's crossed over, and we'll find out who that is shortly. It says, I am with the rest of my family right now. So in case there's obviously more than one of us, I always wonder where our loved ones ended up or what's going on with them. But they are with their family, and remember me by happy memories we created. Okay, so we have a bunch of people here kind of wondering where the crossed over loved one is at, what they're doing, and how things are going. And I think that's kind of natural, right? We always kind of wonder in the afterworld, the afterlife. And this person, whoever this is, really wants you to focus on the happy times, the happy memories, and the happy times that were created together. So that kind of tells me that whoever is listening or tuning into this reading might be focusing on feeling bad, feeling guilty, maybe finding out things after the fact that maybe they would have changed things if they would have known. But it is what it is, and what's meant to happen happens, and what's meant to be is meant to be. So if we're focusing on guilt, of course, there's always a lot of grief for a certain amount of time frame. And if we're focusing on guilt or those kind of things, it's time to let it go and focus on the positive, right? And if there's any forgiveness, lots of times that happens after the time that the loved one crosses over. So that's what they want you to know. They're with their family, they're with their friends, and pay attention and focus on the happy times, the happy memories, and the happy times you guys created together, okay? So we will move on we will jump right into the rest of the messages. And so whoever your loved one is, so this is what I thought. The loved one from the crossed over side sees that you're feeling guilty, bad about something, sad about something, regretful about something, and they're saying, please stop focusing on that and focus on the good, focus on the positive. And this actually fell out as soon as I was thinking at that cross mind. This is actually what fell out. It's not your fault. Okay. So something tells me that there's something that went on, and it could be something you're faulting yourself for, feeling bad, feeling guilty, feeling regretful, a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief over, and your loved one saying it's not your fault, let it go, don't worry about it. Or this is something that's happened, there's a situation or a circumstance that happened probably either before or during when your loved one passed over, crossed over, and you're very, very focused on this. And like maybe you knew something, didn't do something, maybe you didn't find out about something till after the fact and are feeling bad about it. But whatever this is and however this corresponds to you, it's time to send it light, send it love, and let it go. Stop feeling guilty and focus on the good, the happy memories. And just remember, after a soul crosses over, they don't want you to live with grief and sorrow and sadness and regret. It doesn't work like that. They want what's best for you from the other side. Okay, and don't be afraid. Okay, so there's two things to that. Two things to this particular message. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid about letting go. Don't be afraid about not feeling sad. Don't be afraid about letting the guilt and sorrow and grief go, because that is part of the grieving process. You can't hang on to that forever and expect things to heal, right? Everything is step by step, right? And the other thing is, we have probably more than one of you wanting to take a leap into a different path in life, or maybe it's a different career move or different partnership, romantic partner, something like that. And it's saying, your loved one's saying is, don't be afraid to move forward on a different path if that's what you want. They're behind you. Basically, whatever you choose, they're behind you 100%. Of course, operating with integrity and honesty, right? Okay, again, this keeps on, we have two here. Okay, tears cleanse the soul. Again, this keeps on going back to someone feeling really, really sad and guilty about something, regretful, a lot of grief, a lot of sorrow, a lot of tears, which is normal, right? Of course, grief takes time. But someone is having an extended amount of time feeling bad about something, or regretful about something, and they're saying, have your tears, have your cries, which is kind of like a natural process for the grieving process to get rid of, right? And so they always say too, whenever you're having your tears or having your grief or those kind of things, if you're using tissues, make sure you get rid of them. Don't hang on to them by your bed. Don't put them in your bed. Don't put them on your nightstand. Have your tears, flow your emotions, and get rid of them. Throw them in the garbage, flush them down the toilet, okay? So do what you have to do. Express your emotions, get rid of your emotions, get rid of the tissues and everything that you're on with, wash them, get rid of them, flush them, garbage them, whatever it is, and carry on. And it's a process. So after you release your tears, release your emotions, just a deep breath in, deep breath out, and recharge your energy field. So let the negative go and breathe in the positive, okay? I have become one of your guides. This is quite an intense message because they keep on coming up in twos, not like just one card at a time. So they're basically saying, don't worry about me, I'm good where I'm at. And they're more worried about you. Okay, so that's our messages. So this person is with their family and friends, and they want you to focus on the positive, stop dwelling in the past and stop dwelling in the sadness and the grief, because that tends to take one down very quickly if you let it. So become aware of it and process your tears and your sadness and your sorrow and your regret, all that kind of stuff. And if you do need counseling or help, go to a friend or a parent or a grandparent or a counselor or a professional if you need extra help to be able to process this. But they want to know when they cross the other side, they're with you all the time. And this is kind of a message I got when I was sitting here kind of tapping and meditating for this reading. They're with you all the time, and they're sitting there watching you. And this is why we have so many messages coming out in this reading. Normally there's not that many, but they just sort of flew out. So when they fly out, they're meant to be, so I take them. Okay, so let's find out who this person is. Okay, who is... Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. So this, of course, just basically, this is completion, the end. This actually came up in the pre-shuffle too. So this is Tens are about endings, completions, the end of a cycle. And that does indicate the death for this person. Okay, so it's indicating when they died, the day of they died, or just addressing that they are the one who's passed over, crossed over. And now we had the Knight of Cups. So this is showing me a male, okay? So this is a male. It's, okay, we'll see what else it has to tell us. So being that it's a male, it tends, this is not an elderly male so far by the looks of it. It's going to be kind of middle-aged into the later years of life. And they had kids. Okay, and this person, whatever, is man. And right now it's showing gender-specific man, but it might be male or female. But it's kind of like middle-aged to older, would be a parent probably. Could be a sibling as well. Okay, so depending on the age, what's going on here. There's kids involved, so either you're one of the kids or you have kids. Okay. So it could be a Cancer, it could be a Pisces, or it could be a Scorpio placement. We have kids involved here. Who is this person? I want to say a parental or a father figure, parental or mother figure. Children involved, either you're one of the kids or... too many cards. Or you have kids yourself. What else can you tell us about this person? I guess we can read these up here. And whoever this is for, does tend to have a lot of sadness and grief, and probably does have a lot of tears over this person looking back. And they're saying, please stop that. Yeah, here we go again. Like, I just finished saying that, and here it is, grief-stricken. Someone who was grief-stricken. A lot of sadness, a lot of sorrow. So again, they're pointing this. There was a lot of sadness, a lot of sorrow, a lot of regret when this person died. So this can go two ways. This actually can be this person when they died had maybe a lot of regret, a lot of sadness in their life, looking back before they crossed over. Or this is the kids or the significant people involved again who had a lot of guilt, a lot of sadness, a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief. And there could be up to 3 kids, if not more, involved with this person. So this person is very, very, very focused. Okay, Knight. Okay, so this is the Knight of Swords. Okay, again, this tends to be someone of a bit of an authority figure. I'm going to say, when I'm looking at this, we've got 2 knights coming up here who had kids. Now, this is probably going to go both ways. The kids involved have a lot of sadness, a lot of regret, a lot of sorrow. Regrets upon the past, maybe something they didn't say, something they didn't do, or they may have found out about something after the fact that this person passed. Now, it tends to want to be gender specific as a father figure, a male, a significant male. But lots of times these are not gender specific, so it could be significant female mother figure. Kids involved, there's anywhere from 1 to 3 kids, maybe 4 kids involved, so we have 3 kids here. And there could be sadness and regret within the children after the fact, or it could be when this person died, they had a lot of sadness or regret upon them, or it could be both, okay? Okay, and when I flip the back of the deck here, we have the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords is basically about hiding emotions. So this person, whoever this was, hid their feelings or hid their true... There was hidden feelings on both parts. So there could have been hidden feelings on the person who passed, maybe things that they should have said, should have done, they didn't do, they have regret over that. Or after this person passed, the children or the people, the significant others left behind, are feeling really, really bad because they should have said things and didn't. They should have done things and didn't. It created regret because they hid their true feelings and their emotions. And maybe, to me, it looks like they didn't have a lot of time to discuss what should have been discussed before this person passed. And take that this person kind of passed in a somewhat fast way. Okay? So I'm going to pull one of these cards from this deck. And this deck actually was created after my dad passed. It was in the works before he passed, and he passed during its creation. So we'll see what this deck has to tell you. Okay, so this is what this person is going to tell you. This is one of his words of advice, or her words of advice. But the person who's crossed over you has this message for you as well. And this tends to be a little more spot on. It's not general. It's very specific. So choose your company and your people in life wisely. They either drain you and deplete you, or they empower, charge, and enhance you. They either make you or break you. Okay. This tells me this person is around you all the time, and they're sitting there watching you. And you either have yourself in a group of people, or a work or an employer-employee relationship, or maybe you're an owner of a company. Or it could be relationship, romantic relationship, friendship involved, or groups or crowds you're involved with. They're sitting there watching you. And basically they're saying, don't be afraid to step out of places that are not serving you properly. Negative people will drain you. Positive people will enhance you and charge you. So they're sitting there. So to me, it looks like whoever is sitting here watching this, resonating with this reading, is kind of on the fence of whether they're ready to leave a relationship, leave a friendship, a group or a crowd of people, employment, or as an employee. They're sitting on the fence making a great change in life. And so whoever this loved one is who's crossed over and is one of your guides is telling you, don't be afraid to make that move because it's going to be a good one. This is actually a very significant reading, and it's got really, really good messages, and it's got really, really good advice in it. And there is... another message has come through, is self-forgiveness. Okay, this person, basically, I'm just hearing is if you have regrets or you're blaming yourself, and there's forgiveness, or you're being hard on yourself, they've forgiven you, but you're not forgiving yourself for whatever happened here, and it's time you do that. Okay, let go, make peace with it. Okay, so this is a new deck, and I wanted to throw one of these in here too. So we'll see if there's what comes up here and what this actually has to tell us. It's the Astro Code deck, Star Codes Astro Oracle. Too many cards. And whoever this person was crossed over is fairly blunt in nature. If they had something to say, they said it, and it was black and white, and they really didn't care if you liked it or not. They called a spade a spade. They were upfront, and there was no cloudiness or elusiveness to their conversations and their messages. They are what they are. They say what they say. They mean what they mean. They walk the walk. They talk the talk. And that might have been, maybe if there's any conflict prior to this person dying, crossing over, that might have been some of it, where sometimes this person was so blunt it was maybe something somebody didn't want to hear. Okay, here we go. Okay, this has got to do with the past. This card comes up an awful lot. I think the last reading I did, came up the South Node. Okay, this has got relevance to the past. So whoever this involves, this has got past involvement, past life, past family. So as soon as I say this, you'll know what this means to you. This will be different for everybody. South Node is your past time. So this has got to do with your house, your home, your family, but in a past state, okay? Okay, so we'll put this guy right here. Okay, what's this person's message to you? Okay, yes, the worry, the sadness, the grief, the regret. Someone is having a lot of emotions or trouble dealing with this, and that's very, very apparent here. So they're saying, okay, it's time to do something about this in a more solid, permanent fashion, because whatever's going on here is taking you down. So this could be dealing with this person's grief of the loss of this person in the physical life, but this also has to do with whatever you have yourself mixed in. So whether it's family or friends or groups of people or romantic or marriage or friendship partnerships, you're losing sleep and you're having a lot of worry and heartache and things that are keeping you up overnight, right? Nine of Swords is about, worry, anxiety, stress, grief. So it's over the loss of this person, what's going on emotionally, and it's also got to do with like career, employment, employers, friends, groups of people, spouses, romantic relationships, friendships. So there, you guys got a lot going on here, whoever this is. Okay, so it's just basically saying, you know what, we have the Sun. This is one of the best cards in the deck. This person, again, is remember me by happy memories we created. Remember the good things. This person's one of your guides. As soon as you decide to do something about this to help relieve the guilt, the grief, the sorrow, the sadness, things are going to turn around. I'll call it this, he or she, is saying it's time to focus on this grief and sadness, the stress you have, and don't be afraid to make your move to get out of this mess. Fix it. Address it. Okay? Step by step. And as soon as you do that, things will start looking up. You'll have sunny dispositions. Things will be successful. Positive results. And for some of you out there are spending way too much time in the house or in closed doors where you're not getting enough sunlight, not enough outdoors. This also means go outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine. So depending on the world where you're at. But some of you people need to get out of the house, go for a walk, get grounded, go be around nature, trees, water, just outside to get some fresh air, because that will certainly help lighten the moods, whatever. This is a very, very grief-stricken and sadness, sorrow related reading. And also, there could be some people out there, this won't be for everybody, but somebody hiding the grief and the sadness in behind closed doors. And so it's time to get out and address this, work this through, release all the negative energy and all the negative feelings. They want you to be happy. They want you to be successful. And in order to do so, you have to go through the process of the grieving process, letting go of regret, and you know what? Focus on the happy. That's what they want for you. They're one of your guides, and you know what? I think they're pushing you, and I'm not sure if you're realizing that, but they are. And also pay attention to your dreams, okay? Page of Pentacles. Okay, so again, this has got to do with kids. So you're one of their kids, or you have kids yourself. And so it's just saying, if you have kids or you're one of the kids, to start to focus on your happiness. So either you, as their kid, needs to focus on your happiness and start processing some of the grief and sadness, stress, anxiety in life, however that applies. And it can apply in both ways, like I said. Or you have kids and they're saying, okay, start focusing on yourself, your healing, your wellness, dealing with your grief, and focus on your kids. If you have kids at home, this parent or parental figure is saying focus on your kids, focus on your family. Okay, yes, and a new start. Here we go. As soon as you do that, you're going to break open to a new start, a new cycle, which is a good thing. And this is what they're pushing you. And don't be afraid to make that move. Don't be afraid to make more than one move at the same time, even if it means dealing with your sadness, your regret, because they don't want you to live like that. Or if it's about leaving an old job that's kind of wore out its welcome, or friends or people or relationships or marriages, whatever it is. As soon as you deal with this, you're on to better times, happier, get outside, get some fresh air. Pay attention to your kids. If you're one of their kids, they want you to do better, be happier, do something positive. Have happiness, be in the sun, have success, move on to a new start, a new beginning. Now this could be a new start for step one, getting and dealing with the process of grief. And if you're thinking of moving on to a new friendship, a new relationship, a new partnership, whether it's going through a divorce or filing for a divorce, but stepping forward into processing something better for yourself, this will bring about better times, a new cycle in life. So whether it's employment, whatever, relationship, romantic, friendship, groups, crowds, whatever. A new start is sitting here waiting, but you need to take the steps to get going on it. And here it is again. This is the Empress. Again, this is about manifesting your new start. And, you know, the world is your oyster. The world is at your fingertips. You just have to make your move. So they're saying if you're sitting in your house, basically, and you're having the tears, the sorrow, the sadness, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to turn, you have no help, friends, it's time to look for new friends, maybe new employment, a new romantic partner, a new friendship. Whatever's not serving you positively, time to go. And, you know, your new start. It's manifesting your new start, and you can do whatever you want as long as you put your mind to it. This person basically, you know, I'm just hearing right now, this person, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. So I'm not sure if it's those exact words that person would have said to you, or that phrase exactly, or the meaning of that phrase in general. Is basically saying whatever you put your mind to, you can do it, you can manifest it. So this person either told you this, or that's what they're telling me to tell you now. So it's time to get on it, make those changes in life, and as soon as you do, everything's going to unfold quite nicely. Okay? And the biggest thing is, whoever this person is referring to, it's time to deal with the sadness and the grief. Okay? So if you need help, go get help. Process the grief. Process new, you know, basically a new outlook with the people you're around, your friends, your family, your romantic partners, your work, your career. It's time for a reassessment, and don't be afraid to do so. Okay? So that pretty much ends and wraps up our reading. You know what? I'm just feeling right now that I need to pull one more of these cards. They have one more thing to tell you. What do they have to tell you? Okay, integrity. Have a firm adherence to emotional or to moral code, moral conduct, or artistic values. Doing what's right no matter what. Doing what's right no matter who's watching or who's watching or who's not watching. Okay. Choose your people and company wisely and act with integrity. You know, do what's right no matter what. No matter who's sitting there watching. And that's just how it is. So basically, by operation, by integrity, and I think I actually mentioned that word-ish, or that meaning at the beginning of this reading. Act with integrity, and things will work out quite beautifully. Okay, you're in the process of manifesting a new something, or a few new somethings in life. This is actually a really nice reading. It's letting go of the heaviness, letting go of the negativity, and just remember, when our loved ones cross over to the other side, they do not want you living with sadness and regret, and I should have did this and I should have did that. It doesn't work that way. Once they cross over, they have a good bird's eye view of everything, and they're reviewing everything in life they've done and they haven't done or said or haven't said, and they want what's best for you. And sometimes our biggest enemy is ourselves. It's not somebody else. We kind of entrap ourselves in guilt or regret, and it kind of sticks. And your person here is seeing that. So, time to let go of the old, push out the old negative, and breathe in the new positive. Cut yourself some slack, and you know what? I'm hearing self-forgiveness. Somebody's feeling guilty or doesn't want to forgive themselves for whatever's going on, but self-forgiveness is required, and that's what they're saying. That's the message to you. Okay? So with that being said, that wraps up our reading for right now. And again, it's a hello from heaven and a message from the other side. So I hope this was helpful. This is actually a really, really nice reading. To me, it came in with a very heavy heart, and it seems to be very, very uplifted and shedding the negative. Okay, so that's good. So thank you for joining me on my channel today, taking the time to stop in. If the reading resonates, you like it, claim it and seal it with a midnight kiss. And if not, ditch it and leave it. And remember, we're always at free will choice. So may this shine on you in a positive way. Remember, live, laugh, love. And of course, always keep a sense of humor. So wishing you many blessings, health, and happiness. And remember, as I sign off, I'm going to say take care of yourself, each other, and take care of everybody in your family. Okay? And we will chat again. Bye.